On our 5th wedding anniversary, Gu Changsheng was actually away on a business trip. Not only did he fail to realize the gravity of the situation, but he also complained daily about the overly sunny weather in Shenzhen and how the air was too clear, claiming that he missed the smog of Beijing so much it was making it hard for him to breathe. I'm pretty sure his brain is stuffed with donkey hair for him to be this brazen. When I first met Gu Changsheng, I was still a fresh and vibrant girl, filled with overly optimistic fantasies about the future, like having a boyfriend who would make my heart race, be my 24/7 bodyguard, provide me with constant companionship, and spoil me rotten. At 21, this young woman had barely stepped out of the university gates to explore the world when Gu Changsheng swept in and bewitched my mind. Gu Changsheng, at 28, had already endured the grind at PwC, working his way up from assistant to project lead, and had just been promoted to manager. His ultimate goal of becoming a partner seemed within reach. He appeared before us like a rising star, full of golden potential, when he came to our school for a campus recruitment event. In my naive and impressionable state, I thought Gu Changsheng was the perfect combination of looks, body, intelligence, humor, and charm, a single man with everything going for him, surely filled with knowledge, displaying gentlemanly behavior, a sense of humor, and considerate care. So I braved all obstacles and fought my way forward, becoming the one and only lucky girl to win over Gu Changsheng. However, after dating for 2 years and being married for 5, 7 years of companionship turned Gu Changsheng into a creature even more terrifying than my own hands, an absolute relationship killer. Gu Changsheng, for example, would sometimes pause mid-meal to build up a long belch, hold his breath during TV shows to force out a stubborn fart, and had a hobby of popping blackheads in front of the mirror. His other pastimes included picking his nose while watching Love Defender on TV. If I had known these secrets 7 years ago, I would have risked shattering the hearts of thousands of girls to reveal the blood-curdling truth. Never, ever trust men who look suave in suits, appearing polished, debonair, and charming with their witty humor. Aside from all that, Gu Changsheng has another exasperating flaw. He has a terrible memory. He can't remember our first date, how he hugged my legs and begged me, or how he persistently pursued me, of course, because those only happened in my imagination. But in real life, he couldn't remember our 100-day anniversary, he couldn't remember our wedding anniversary, and he definitely couldn't tell the difference between White Day and the Qixi Festival. Forget hoping he would know about Girls' Day, though he always remembered International Women's Day and Labor Day with perfect clarity. The gifts Gu Changsheng has given me on important occasions can be counted on one hand. For our first Christmas, he said, "Baby, I'll give you an apple." And when I excitedly asked which model of apple, he replied, "A basket of apples." He had bought a basket of apples from a roadside stall and said, "Baby, I'm giving you this basket of apples along with a world-class man me."
Wow.
On New Year's of the second year, Gu Changsheng hugged me with excitement and said, "Baby, I have a New Year's gift for you." Before I could build up my emotional anticipation, I noticed Gu Changsheng holding his breath. Yes, his gift to me was a particularly robust and fragrant fart. From then on, anniversaries, holidays, and gifts became the cause of countless arguments between us. But every time, I was the one who gave in, because Gu Changsheng would always sincerely apologize, full of emotion, only to forget everything shortly after, with no sign of remorse. It made me suspect that instead of accounting, he had actually majored in acting. Gu Changsheng has one hobby, and he calls it loving the food you cook, baby. Every day at 5:30 p.m., he punctually sends me a love message on WeChat. "Baby, time to get off work and come home to cook dinner." Yes, this man, who is 7 years older than me, has completely shattered my dreams of a mature man. When I was still an innocent, youthful girl, I affectionately called him Uncle Gu. I once imagined 1,000 times that Uncle Gu would take care of me like a warm older brother, loving, considerate, and always by my side. But after calling him Uncle Gu for long enough, he turned into a creepy weirdo, evolving into this guy who sends me baby, time to get off work and cook dinner messages. Gu Chongqing spends all his time on the toilet scrolling through recipe apps like Haodou Kaipu, Xiachufang, and Douguameisher. He sends me every delicious dish he sees with a motivational message. Baby, go for it. I can hear the sounds of his phone buzzing in rhythm with the thunk, thunk, thunk of the toilet seat. Both relentless, both incessant, both annoying. Gu Chongqing never sleeps in on weekends. He gets up bright and early just to go to the morning market and buy a basket of vegetables, eggplants, and beans. Thanks to him, I now know that carp has whiskers, grass carp has too many bones, and catfish has a big head. I've mastered how to braise wuchang fish, steam perch, stew crucian carp, and even grill fish like they do at Jiangbian Qinghai. But the price I've paid for all this is oil clogging up my phone's speaker and blurring its camera, forcing me to make frequent trips to the repair shop, and of course, the ever-thickening freckles on my face. So, my favorite thing to do is tell him at 4 p.m., "Honey, I have plans with friends tonight." In other words, you're on your own for dinner tonight. I always thought that during every evening without me, Gu Chongqing would be alone, missing me so much that he'd cry himself to sleep, longing for his baby. But instead, on nights when I went out to have fun, he would come home even later than me. And his excuse? Work, work, work. Work? The man who always came home at the same time for dinner suddenly had work every night I went out? Yeah, right. I'd have to be a fool to believe that. So, when Gu Chongqing went on a business trip, I seized the opportunity to investigate. I imagined that, like women in TV dramas, I'd find a lipstick stain on his white shirt, or catch a whiff of perfume on his suit, or maybe even discover a long strand of hair on our bed. I'd then use my deductive powers, like Conan, to figure out which woman was the real homewrecker in Gu Chongqing's life. There would be a dramatic battle of wits and courage, but in reality, all I found was the schedule of a highly efficient professional, and my investigation ended right there. I thought Gu Chongqing had climbed to the partner position purely by relying on his looks, like an actor who makes his way up through good performances. Little did I know his daily task list was longer than my weekly one. In the time slot from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., his schedule was always filled with just 3 words, with baby. Or sometimes it would say, baby's out, meet with Mr. Chen, or baby's out, meet with Mr. Zhao, or baby's out again, team meeting. And after 11 p.m., Gu Chongqing's schedule was still jam-packed with work. So all those times I scolded him, saying, "Why don't you turn off the lights when you sleep?" Gu Chongqing had actually been working. Yes, every day at 7 p.m., he would roll up his sleeves for dinner, wash the dishes at 7:30, and sit down with me at 8 to watch TV, chat, and goof around. He'd even perform goofy antics like picking his nose or farting just to make me laugh. At 10:30 p.m. sharp, he'd warm up the bed for me. In winter, when the house was too cold and my feet were freezing, Gu Chongqing would clamp my icy feet between his legs. He would shudder every time from the cold, but he still insisted on being my little heater. Now at 35, Gu Chongqing stands tall and proud, having successfully become a partner at PwC, stepping into a new life of financial freedom. As countless clueless young girls flock toward him, I'm already an old lady, on the cusp of 30. I didn't even get a chance to fully enjoy my peak at 25 before sprinting down the downward slope for 3 years. Youth has gone, never to return. So, yes, I envied Gu Chongqing for being a blossoming man at 31. I mocked the man who would take off his mask in front of me. I looked down on the man who shed his polished image the moment he came home. But I had forgotten to feel for the Gu Chongqing who had spent all his energy just to be with me. I never realized that even though I was nearing 30, in Gu Chongqing's eyes, I was still the fresh-faced girl I once was. I was forever his youthful 18-year-old princess, deserving of his 24-hour care and constant companionship. Gu Chongqing, when did you secretly hide away such a tender heart? I filled a hot water bottle and placed it at my feet. I even held a thermos of hot water in my arms. The house was warm with heating and the air conditioner on, but I still couldn't sleep well without Gu Chongqing at home. It was our wedding anniversary. Not only did he not get me a gift, but he was also on a business trip. Half asleep, I felt someone hugging me. I woke up with a start. Could it be a home intruder? I mean, I'm flat-chested, round-faced, and short-legged. Definitely not worth abducting. The wallet is on the couch, the bank card's in the drawer. I won't see your face. Just take what you want and leave. I pulled the blanket over my head, silently repeating these thoughts. But then I heard Gu Chongqing say, "Baby, it's me. I'm back, and I brought you a gift." I thought I must have been dreaming. But then Gu Chongqing lifted the blanket, holding a blue box. "Baby, didn't you say I always forget our anniversary and never give you gifts? Come on, open it and see if you like it." Excited, I opened the box, only to find a row of wilted roses, drooping like soldiers mourning in silence. Gu Chongqing had always said he never bought flowers, and now I believed him. What kind of man buys a box of flowers in Shenzhen, packs them up, checks them in with his luggage, retrieves them, and then brings home a row of dead flowers? Couldn't he just buy a fresh bouquet from the shop downstairs? How does a man with such intelligence become a partner? Does the company not lose money with him in charge? It was the first time I'd seen Gu Chongqing look so defeated and embarrassed, like a child who'd made a mistake. How could they all wilt? I knew it was the first time Gu Chongqing had thoughtfully prepared a gift, trying to please his baby. It was like a student who had carefully finished his homework, eagerly awaiting a gold star from the teacher, only to mess it all up in the end. Gu Chongqing hung his head, too ashamed to look at me. But my heart felt so warm. The bed was warm. Even the soles of my feet were warm. For the first time, I gently hugged my Uncle Gu, burying my face in his chest, listening to the heartbeat of a middle-aged man who had failed to woo his wife. Silly man, you've always remembered that I wanted a 24-hour caring protector, someone who would accompany me without fail. What you don't know is that the best gift you've ever given me is your constant companionship.